Welcome back to Tokyo, Japan, and it is just action following action here for the IPF 2019 World Open Sub-Junior, Junior and Masters Classic and Equipped Bench Press Championships, and we are just about to get underway with the M1 Women's 47 through to 63s, and it should be exciting. There's some familiar faces that we've already seen lift this week already, so they're backing up for the Equipped Championship now. Of course, a big shout out to Eleiko, continually raising the bar, and some fantastic new equipment coming out of their factory. Uplift bringing quality coaches and athletes together all around the world and enabling them to connect and get some great coaching. And SBD, some of the greatest lifting equipment athletes can get their hands on. And our first lifter in the under 52s, Amanda Hughes from Great Britain, 72.5 kilograms. So only 3 years experience, just going to show that you can start this sport at any time you want. .5 kilograms. With a 57.5 raw. The Bench Press Classic last year in Great Britain. The British Classic. Now opening here at the 72.5. Weighed in at 50.7 kilos. And a very good opening press. Smooth all the way through and gets the 3 white lights and a big fist pump there from Mark Giles. The great British coaches. Geraldine Verlaine from France now wants 72.5 as well. And a close group, the 52s. And quite a few familiar names here that we've already seen. Of course, Jenn Thompson will be out again. 72.5 on the bar. So you'll see their shirt positions change as they go through their lifts. And Vicky, the chief referee, standing up here, making sure the athlete can hear her calls. And that should be a good lift. And it is 3 white lights. The referees here at these events do everything they can to accommodate the athletes. So if there is a hearing concern, they inform the referees and they'll stand up so they're closer, or they'll give hand signals as well to make sure there's no misunderstanding. Maria Steinstetter from Iceland wants 75 kilograms. So we're into the 57 kilo class now. Some fantastic lifters coming out of Iceland. And we see their team getting bigger and bigger at every event. But right now, Maria was 75 kilograms. Working it down through that shirt. Plenty of speed. And all the way through to the top. And gets the 3 white lights. Akane Asada from Japan, 82.5 kilograms. So back into the 52s. We'll jump around through the weight classes a bit here. .5 kilograms on the bar for Japan. Weighed in at 51.58, so she is the heaviest lifter in her group, in her weight class. So she'll need to outlift the others for a gold medal. Taking her time getting set up there. costing herself an awful amount of time. She did an 82.5 last year at the World Championships. And she's progressed a lot since then because that certainly looked like an easy opening lift. Chai Shinahara from Japan now at 85 kilograms in the 63 kilos. You're certainly going to be hard pressed to go for gold in this category. Up against the likes of Jenn Thompson opening at 125. So 85 kilograms on the bar. Getting up high on those shoulders. Gets her feet set in close. Drags it down. You can see the shirt trying to take in another direction, but she handles it well. And that should be a good lift, and it is. And it doesn't matter who you're up against in your weight class, because you have to put them on the board first. Akiko Nishikawa from Japan now, looking for 90 kilograms. Going back into the 52s. So she has the heaviest nomination for an opener in the 52s by 7.5 kilos. So if she can put this on the board, she's going to be tough to beat. And she's opening on her best ever lift now for a personal best. So previously to this, 87.5 was her third lift. Now 90 is her opening lift. And it's a little tougher than she expected. They're going to need to adjust that shirt quite a bit. Pulled her down very low on her chest. So that will be a no lift. Helen Hughes from Great Britain, 90 kilograms. You might recognize the coach in the background there, Mark Giles. He's been refereeing and coaching and competing for many years. And that was a fantastic lift. 3 white lights. Jodie Funk, USA, 92.5. Competing 3 years. We're looking for 92.5. She's lifted above this before. She put a 100 on the board at the Open Nationals earlier this year. Now wanting 92.5. It's been a busy week. And bear in mind the Open Nationals were only a week or so before this event. And that's a good lift. Shannon Annunzio from USA now, 95 kilograms. So back into the 63s now. So 95 kilos for Shannon. It's great flexibility in that setup, and that's not easy to do in a shirt. Takes that big breath in. She's going to drive it through the shirt and control it. And that was a great opening lift. And it goes on the board with 3 white lights. Amika Mura from Japan now, 105 in the 57 class. She's going to go toe-to-toe with her teammate, Chio Ito, who'll be opening at 110. The 105 on the bar now for Amika Mura from Japan. It's going to come down to the last lift, and whoever can get all lifts on the board for the gold medal in the 57s. Got up nice and high on those shoulders. Good control, nice light touch. Struggling to get a lockout, but she gets it back to the top. And she gets the white lights. So now, Chio Ito from Japan, 110. So needs to put this one on the board. And that'll put her in a good position to hold on to that top nomination. So 110 kilograms. You can see her really digging her feet in to that platform as hard as she can get them and gripping at that platform. She's going to drive through those legs. And a very easy press on that one. She is going to be hard to beat with that lift. Now 125 goes on the bar, so we're back into the 63s. Jenn Thompson, who we saw win a gold medal earlier this week. And she's been winning plenty of gold medals and plenty of world championships for quite a while now. But like always, she has to put it on the board first. And you can see the experience there. Having a chat to the head spotter. No, she has plenty of time to talk to them about how she wants it done. $125. It certainly shouldn't be a difficult lift for her at all to open on. And it isn't. Absolutely spot on in Jenn Thompson style there with 3 white lights. Geraldine Verlaine from France now. Opened at 72.5, now wants 75 to equal her personal best. Side referee just instructing that they need blocks on this lift. So we're in the 52 kilo class. And the 75 kilo, Nishikawa missed her opening lift. So Verlaine now has a chance to move up the rankings with this lift. Get into the medals. And it's proving to be a tough one, but she's not quitting on it. And she gets it all the way to the top with pure determination. She didn't get a whole lot out of the shirt on that lift. So Amanda Hughes wants 77.5 from Great Britain. She's seen an opportunity here as well to try and put some pressure on Nishikawa. So 77.5 kilograms. Struggles a little bit with control on the chest, but managed to recover it. And gets the 3 white lights. Maria from Iceland goes to the 80 kilos. We're in the 57s now.
Bar is loaded. Good looking daughter Maria from Iceland. 80 kilos on the bar. I come in on deck. I can go in the hole.
So 80 kilograms on the bar. She had a good opening lift at 57, at 75. Apparently I'm reading backwards. And just sticking to her game plan. You can see the determination on her face. She gets a great press. And she gets that one on the board. So now we move to 87.5 for Akana Esoda from Japan. She had a great opening lift there, and she's seen an opportunity here with Nishikawa missing her opening lift. Esoda wants 87.5. That very wide foot position. Doesn't bring them very far back at all. So has no problems keeping her hips down and a butt on the bench with this position. Can make it a little bit harder to drive. She gets good speed off the chest. It was a bit wobbly coming up. I think the referees decided there was a little bit of downward movement in the bar there. So that's unfortunate. So now Nishikawa from Japan with 90. She really needs to put this on the board, or she's going to be under all sorts of pressure for her third lift. So 90 kilos, she's under a bit of pressure. It's right up on those shoulders, as high as she can get. You can see it really digging in. Coach's instructions from the sideline there. Hips are down, she gets the start command. Dragging it through, it's tough. You can see her face and it just takes control. You can see the shirt there, just absolutely took control of the bar and there was nothing she could do about it. Good work from the spotters to catch that one. And she's got herself into a position now with all sorts of pressure. So now we move to the 63s with Chi Shinahara from Japan, 90 kilograms, opened at 85. Now looking for 90. She's solid in a bronze medal position. Wants to put the 90 in to maybe challenge Annunzio for silver. And of course, Jenn Thompson with the 125 opener certainly isn't going to be challenged today for that gold medal. And that should go on the board, and it does. So now Jodie Funk from the US of A, 95 kilograms. 95. So this will temporarily move her up into the bronze medal position. And she's a fraction heavier than Hughes. And you can see the British coach watching on to see how she goes with this lift. And it moves very quickly for 3 white lights. So now, of course, Helen Hughes from Great Britain, she'll match the 95. She only has to match Funk for the bronze medal. Doesn't need to outlift her. So 95 kilograms. Having to work hard for that, but she pushes it through to the top. And she'll retake that bronze medal position with that lift. So Shannon Annunzio from the USA now with 100 kilograms. So this is an important lift for her. If she misses this lift, it opens the door for the Japanese athlete to sneak through for the silver medal. She had a good opening lift at 95. Now looking for 100. To chalk up that silver medal. She's having to work. She got good speed off the chest, but just couldn't convert. Just pushing up a little bit more than she should have been pushing back. And unfortunately, that's a no lift on that one. So she could have just edged the door open a little bit there. Amiko Mura from Japan, 110 kilograms. So this will temporarily move her into the gold medal position on weight. So Ito is going to have to outlift Mura, her own teammate, if she wants the gold medal. .110 kilograms, weighed in at 56.1. This is her personal best. And she's a little bit all over the place with that one. Just didn't quite get a line and then got herself a little bit off balance. So that's going to give Chio Ito the opportunity to have it all her own way. With 112.5 on the board. 112.5. She's in the gold medal position with her opening lift. Wants to put this one on the board and slam the door shut on her teammate, Mura. Nice light touch, very nice press. Has lots of room left to move. Jennifer Thompson now 137.5. So her opening lift pretty much put her in an untouchable position. You certainly know you're a good lifter when you compete and equipped at the very top without a bench shirt. So 137.5. good choice. She quite often goes 140 on a second. But she had a bit of trouble with 140 this week. And that was slow, and it looked a lot heavier than usual for Jenn Thompson. I think the travel and the extra work's probably taken its toll a little bit, but she gets it on the board. And we come through now for round 3. And the guys on the platform just waiting for the right instructions and the right numbers to load. Giving the bench a good clean. These guys have been absolutely fantastic today. Very hard work out there. So Geraldine Verlaine from France will look for 77.5. And this lift here is actually enough to temporarily move her into the silver medal position, with a couple of lifters to follow her. But we always say you've got to get them on the board to win the medals. So she's sticking to a game plan. 75 wasn't super fast, but 77 is within reach. But she's going to have to work, and it's just a bit too much there. Just couldn't quite get it there. Amanda Hughes from Great Britain now, looking for 82.5. So this will temporarily move her into the gold medal position. Nishikawa from Japan, having missed her opening 2 lifts at 90 kilos. 82.5 kilograms to move her up into the gold medal position. And Asada from Japan in the 52s has put in a 92.5 for her third attempt, and I imagine she is just waiting to see Nishikawa gets her lift. Good speed off the chest. You can hear the coach yelling to push back. She gets it to the top, and she gets the 2 white lights, and it's on the board. She's currently sitting in the gold medal position. Maria from Iceland now with 82.5, being coached today by Piotr. You've seen him on the platform a number of times today, this week as chief referee. So she's in good hands. So 82.5 kilograms for a very, very big personal best. You can see the strain on her face. The speed off the chest is fantastic. And she pushes back at just the right time. And she gets it on the board at 82.5. Kika Nishikawa now for 90 kilos. And under all sorts of pressure, hasn't registered a lift yet. Came into this competition with the highest nomination as for an opening lift, and is now got herself into a little bit of trouble. And might have just kicked the door open for everyone else. And you can see the Japanese coach at the change box, just waiting. Asada just waiting to see whether Nishikawa gets this lift. Asada is a fraction heavier than Nishikawa, so she actually needs to outlift her for the gold medal. But if Nishikawa misses this, they can change their lift. And that looked a lot better, but I don't know if she controlled it at the top. She gets 2 white lights though, so it's on the board, and she saves the skin there. So Asada now with no choice but to push for the 92.5.
Akane from Japan. 92.5 kilos on the bar.
So no option.
Helen in the hole.
Has to do the 92.5 if she wants that gold medal. Trying to get that chest up as high as she can, get onto those shoulders as much as she can. She has a very wide foot and forward foot position, which can help her to keep her hips down. It can also make it a little bit difficult to get that leg drive from that position. It might have dipped down. Let's wait and see what the referees say. But she's okay. She gets the 2 white lights and it's on the board. She'll take home that gold medal. Shinahara from Japan now, 95 kilograms. And this will move her up into the silver medal position on weight. And Annunzio missed her 100 on her second. So Shinahara in with a chance for a silver medal here. Taking her time. Wants to get this right and wants to get everything right on this one. Needs to give herself a chance at the silver medal. Good speed off the chest. Has to keep driving with that right hand. It's just not happening though. You could see her have a look at her right hand to try and figure out what was going on. But she put in every effort she had. Helen Hughes, Great Britain now, 97.5. And this lift here will temporarily give her the bronze medal. With a few lifters to follow her. We see Jenn Thompson's put in a 145 for her last lift. Good speed off the chest, needs to drive back, gets it to the top. The coach just looking to see the board, and it's 3 white lights. The Jodie Funk from the USA now with 100 kilograms. But she needs this lift to get back in the medals. So this lift will give her the bronze medal. She misses this lift, she'll go home 4th. She's got plenty of support. Her first 2 lifts have been very good. Gets the start, needs a nice light touch. Oh, the bar's just getting out of control a little bit, but she recovers it very, very well. That should be a good lift, and it is. She slides back up into the bronze medal position. And now we move into the 63s. Annunzio looking for 100 kilograms. She has the silver medal in her pocket. She missed this on her second, so this lift is a little bit of redemption for her. She knows she can do it. She's been training for it. Can she get around the fatigue and the big workload this week? It looks better. I think she has this one, and she does, with 2 white lights, and she's very happy with that. Amiko Mura from Japan now, 112.5. So she's a fraction lighter than Ito. So this lift will temporarily move her into the gold medal position, forcing Ito to outlift her.
112.5 kilos from the bar.
And Jenn Thompson has decided to scratch her last lift of 145. I think she is feeling the fatigue a little bit. She already has the gold medal, no need to waste any more energy and risk injury. So 112.5 to get her into the gold medal position. And it's a little bit too much for her. So Ito now, I imagine, will change her last lift. She has in at 132.5, which would actually be a World Masters record 57s? Not quite, no. So she isn't changing. She's sticking to 132.5. That's a massive jump from 112.5. She already has the gold medal. She can't lose the gold medal. Now trying for something that maybe she's had her eye on for a little while. Digging those feet in. Getting the best grip she can get. Gets the start. She has good control, but it's just a little bit too much for her. And just can't quite get it moving off the chest there, but she'll take home the gold medal for that one. But don't disappear, because now we move straight into the 72s and the 84s and the 84 pluses. Sue Burns from the USA with 45 kilos in the 72s. The spotting and loading crew working at 1,000,000 miles an hour today. And coach just signaling to the referee that Sue Burns will require louder signals. So 45 kilograms on the bar. A very, very good opening press. And then we'll load 70 kilos on the bar for Cristina Raja from Hungary. So a few girls opting to open without a bench shirt. And handles that easily. Put 70 kilos on the board. And now we move up to 110 kilos. Pernilla Raw from Sweden. And great technicians to watch the Swedish team. 110, and the 84 kilo class is stacked. 115, 110, 110. It is anybody's gold medal in this one. So stick to your game plan, put the numbers on the board. I was talking to Pernilla earlier this week, and she smiles and laughs all the time. And I think she'll be smiling and laughing after that one, because it looks good with 3 white lights. So she's on the board with 110.
From Canada.
Dana Sandler now
20 kilos on the bar.
from Canada. She wants 110 as well.
Lead in the hole.
And Bastian in the same weight class has the advantage of being almost 10 kilos lighter than Raw and Sandler. Good control and a great press off the chest there, and really use that momentum to push back on it and gets the 3 white lights. And Stephanie Bastien now from France, 115 kilograms goes on the bar. So she came in here with the highest opening nomination. She needs to put it on the board to try and make it a little bit more difficult for Raw or Sandler to chase her down. So 115 kilograms. It's quite a flat position with the feet quite forward. Really uses that shirt well though. 3 white lights. Now Rai Terua from Japan, 120. We're in the 72 class now. So 120 kilos on the bar. Just taking her time. So she still has 27 seconds, plenty of time. Gets her feet into position. Here's the start. And locks the elbows at the top. 3 white lights. So we'll load the bar now to 122.5 for Petra Haglund from Sweden. And the spotter's just waiting for the board to change over. And the board just saying, just turned over. Petra Haglund from Sweden, 122.5. So far they've been fantastic to watch this week. Great technicians, great coaching team. And they've all been eating their Alico waffles for breakfast. Alico, makers of fantastic weightlifting platforms and the greatest waffle irons on the planet. Having to work hard through that shirt. Gets the power out and gets to the top. 3 white lights. And now we move into the 84 plus. Alexandra Annunzio from Russia, 140 kilograms. They are loading this bar faster than lightning. So 140 kilos from Alexandra from Russia, looking to open on a 5 kilogram personal best. She's been lifting, competing for 20 years. Wearing that bright yellow SPD soft suit. Oh, you can see the shirt just taking control, but she managed to get back on track. Somehow she managed to correct that, but unfortunately the bar dipping a little bit as it came up, and she will get no lift, unfortunately. So Great Britain now, Jackie Goff 150 kilograms.
12 Jackie from Red Britain, 115 kilos on the bar.
So adding 10 kilos to her
Marina in the hole.
best lift. So she actually did a 145 at the European Championships last year. And she gets 150 to the top. It wasn't the cleanest lift. I think her butt might have come off the bench a little bit on that one. You can see it on the replay there. Sarah Buskell from Great Britain now. 150 on the bar as well. So Great Britain, 2 lifters in a row. Looking to try and take home some medals for their country. So her best lift, 147.5, was the European Championships last year. She's struggling to get it to her chest there. And that shirt just a little too tight. She just couldn't get it down. Coach isn't happy about it. And not happy about the decision. It's 3 red lights, so you can't really challenge that at the jury panel, but he's going to go and have a chat and find out what actually happened. From where we were sitting, looked like she wasn't making contact with the chest. Melinda Lombossi now already lifted this week as well from Hungary, 167.5. Opening at a massive 167.5. Give you an idea of how strong these girls are. The world record for M1 in the 84s is 235. So this is a tough class to be in. She hasn't given herself a huge amount of time here. See that shirt compress her chest, and wow, 167.5 just absolutely flew up. There's not even a challenge. Now Brenda van der Meulen from the Netherlands, 190 kilograms. Has lifted well above this before with a personal best of 210. So Brenda looking for 190. Did a 195 earlier this year at the European Powerlifting Championships in a 3-lift event. 207.5 last year at the European Bench Press Championships. We're looking at opening at 190. Having to work through that shirt. Speed off the chest is what you want, and she does it. 3 white lights. She is going to be super tough to beat today. So now we come around for Sue Burns for her second lift at 50 kilograms. And the coach just reminding the referee that she needs extra loud calls for her hearing. Always good to remind the referees. I mean, the referees are seeing so many athletes come out. They can't remember everyone's extra special needs. And they're always very supportive. Great lift. 50 kilos goes on the board. Cristina Raja from Hungary, 90 kilograms. So she'll hang on to that bronze medal position, with gold and silver in the 72s being just a little bit too far away to challenge.
90 kilos on the bar.
So 90 kilograms.
In the hole.
10 years competition experience. Oh, hard work getting that down to the chest there. Determined to push it up though, and she gets it back to the top. What do the referees say? And it's unfortunately a no lift. And you can see the coach looking at her there and just nodding and agreeing. Yes, that's a no lift. Your butt came off the bench. Pernilla Raw now 117 and a half. And this 84 kilo class is absolutely stacked, with all three lifters nominating 117 and a half for their second lift. Bastien, of course, with the advantage of being the lighter lifter. So Pernilla Raw 117.5. And it's a good lift. It's on the board. No Raw, but a high five as she walks off. Stephanie Bastien now 117 and a half. And she has, if she puts this on the board, she is at a very, very big advantage, because all she has to do is match the other lifters. And she's worked hard for it though. She hasn't got a whole lot left in the tank there. And unfortunately, some downward movement of the bar, and that'll be 2 red lights. And has she just shut the gate behind her? Dana Sandler from Canada now, 117 and a half. They had a sale on 117 and a half today. And she absolutely nails that one. So Bastien, who had herself an advantage, has lost that advantage now. Is going to have to make some decisions whether she wants to go after that gold medal or just get the number on the board. Rai Tarua now from Japan, 125.
Bar is loaded. Teruya Rie from Japan.
125 on the bar. So this will temporarily put her into the gold medal position. And she is going to make Hoagland work for every single kilogram. $125. And she handles that like a champion. And it's 3 white lights. So Petra Hoagland now from Sweden, 127 and a half. Needs to put this on the board to get her gold medal position back again. 127.5, well above her best lift. $127.5 And I think this may be her first international in equipped. I couldn't say for sure. Great touch there, very light on the touch, great power off the chest, and it goes on the board for 127.5. She has answered the Japanese lifter and said, if you want the gold, come and get it. Alexandra from Russia now, 140 kilograms. Had a few problems on her opening lift. I imagine the coach has rectified that. They have a long history of benching and equipped benching in Russia. So plenty of coaching experience and plenty of experience from this athlete as well. 20 years competing. Oh, she's struggling in the middle. I don't think she was able to lock it out properly. But she did, she got there. And the referees have a better angle than we do. 3 white lights. Jackie Goff from Great Britain now, 150 kilograms. So get her up into the bronze medal position. She missed her opening lift as well. Struggled to get the bar to the chest. But she has plenty of experience in her corner. Mark Giles knows exactly what he's doing. So 150. Just struggling to touch again. Just can't quite get that controlled touch on the bar. And I wouldn't be surprised to see Mark put on a few extra kilos there, maybe take it to 155 to push it down a bit. Sarah Buskell now, 155. And you see he's done that here. Put the extra weight on to push it down a bit harder. 155. It's not something Mark likes to do, put the extra weight on if they miss the number. But you do what you do. Oh, she gets it to the chest. She has plenty of speed. Let's see if she showed enough control. And unfortunately, 2 red lights. But you can see his tactic has worked there. She was able to get that touch. Does he leave it at 155? Or does he go 157.5? It came up easily. So Melinda Lombosi now from Hungary, 172.5. So Van der Meulen now from the Netherlands, 197.5. We've just got a little bit of order confusion. So it looks like we've had a system or some technology problems, and I was under the impression we were supposed to be having Lombosi, but the board now says Van der Meulen. So we're just sorting that out. In the meantime, if you're new to powerlifting, or even if you're experienced in powerlifting, you'll know how incredible Alico equipment is. One of our great sponsors, great supporters of powerlifting all around the world, and especially IPF. And not only the equipment look fantastic, it is the best on the planet. A 25 kilo plate is calibrated to 25 kilos. The bar is calibrated to 20 kilos. The collars are 2.5 kilos, and you know wherever you're lifting, if you're lifting on Alico, you're lifting exactly the same weight anywhere in the world. And it is absolutely fantastic to work with. And those bars are something like 2,500 pound PSI tensile steel. You can load those up with everything you've got and they won't flex, which is fantastic for pulling that bar off the floor, fantastic for bench pressing, and even better for squatting because there's no flex or jumping in the bar. So right now we're back on track. Technical problems sorted. Melinda Lombossi, 172.5 on the bar. 172.5 for a second attempt. And we're still having some head shakes coming from coaches in the corner. I'm not sure what they're shaking their heads about. I'm sure we'll find out soon enough. The bar loaded command has been called. I'm not sure what's happening here. It can be quite a difficult situation in equipped lifting. Standing around ready for a lift in all your equipment. It looks like she might decide to time out on this lift. She has the silver medal locked away in the bag, and the coaches might have decided that 190 or 197.5 from Van der Meulen is just a little bit out of reach to challenge, so she'll take the extra rest on this one and come out for her third. It can be quite taxing waiting for your lift in that equipment. So they've made the decision to give her a little bit of extra rest. So Van der Meulen now from the Netherlands, 197.5. Opened at 190. She has pretty much locked away the gold medal with that monster opening lift of 190. And they've loaded that bar up. Plenty of red Alico plates on there. It looks fantastic. So 190 kilograms on the bar. 197. This is a massive, massive lift. 197.5. Taking all the time she can. Big job for these guys lifting these bars off. She has it where she wants it. Gets the start. She's going to have to work this down. And she gets it back to the top. That looks good from where we're sitting. And it is. And she shuts the gate on the others, and that's the gold medal in the bag. Sue Burns now for her third attempt at 52.5. And it is hard work out there today for those spotters and loaders. Ranging from 52 up to 197.5. Lots to move around. Sue Burns with a little bit of a dance there as she comes onto the platform. Having a good day. .52.5, equaling her personal best. All the way from the USA. Oh, she's got to push back, and she does. She remembered technique, and it paid off with 3 white lights. Cristina Raja from Hungary now with 90 kilograms. She missed this on her second. She has the bronze medal, can't lose the bronze medal. This one is just to prove to herself that she has 90 kilos in the tank. She's going to have to control that bar all the way to the chest. And you can see good control, good speed off the chest. I think she's going to push through. Not quite. Just couldn't quite push through there, and that'll be a no lift, unfortunately. Stephanie Bastien from France now, 117.5. She had herself a really nice little advantage with a weight, but missed that second lift. She's certainly still in with an opportunity for a gold medal. She'll take home the bronze for sure. Will she finish any higher than that? We'll have to wait and see. Oh, she's worked hard. She's got it up there this time. That looked a lot better than her second attempt, and it's on the board. And she actually puts herself in with a chance of moving up the rankings now. Pernilla Raw now, our next lifter, 122.5. And I reckon she's going to let out a roar on this one. Every time I see her, she looks like she's happy. And if she can get this on the board, she's going to be very, very happy. She needs to put it on the board. Bastian weighs less than her. So 122.5. Nice touch, good speed, drive it back. Trying to lock. Can she do it? Unfortunately, no. So she will move back into the silver medal position, the bronze medal position, while we wait and see what Sandler does at 130. Sandler is lighter than Raw. So this lift is for the gold medal. And if she misses it, she'll take home the silver. Gets it to the chest. And it's just a bit too much. And Bastian, who managed to get that 117.5 on a third, will now go home with the gold medal, with Sandler with the silver and Raw with the bronze. And then we move into the 72 kilos now. Rai Terua from Japan, 132.5. It looks like Bastian just waited by the gate for everyone else to go through. So 132.5 on the bar now. Right, Terua from Japan. This will be enough to push her up to the gold medal temporarily. Is it too tough? No, she's able to lock those elbows. She stretches hard to do it, and she gets it on the board. And now Huglin's going to have to lift the 135 to beat her. So 135 goes on the bar. She has no choice but to lift the 135 because she's heavier. $135 kilograms. This is for the gold medal. If she misses, she'll drop back to the silver. Sweden have been very good this week. Gets it to the chest. You can see the focus. She gets it back to the top. What do the referees say? Oh, it's a no lift, unfortunately. So Tarua will go home with the gold medal. And the coach is coming to the panel to have a discussion. But it's not something he can challenge. So Jackie Goff now, Great Britain, 152.5, has missed her opening 2 lifts. And you can see Mark has gone, let's put another 2.5 on just to push it down. On a second attempt there, she just couldn't quite get it to her chest. It's not usually something he likes to do. But you've got to work with the hand you're dealt. And powerlifting is one of those sports where everything can go perfectly in training. And then on the day, that's a better touch, but it's just a bit too heavy. Just didn't get the tightness across the chest with the shirt there. And it just sunk straight down. Should be a little bit disappointed with that. It's a long way to come. Alexandra Idintseva from Russia now, 155. So she has the bronze medal in her hands now. And the 155 will secure it and force Buskell to try and lift more on her third attempt if she wants that medal. But she's got to put the 155 on the board first. Gets it to the chest, gets it off, and she's still pushing, but it's just a bit too much by the look of it. So now she will have to wait and see if Sarah Buskell can put the 155 on the board. If Sarah Buskell puts the 155 on, she will go home with the bronze medal. If not, Alexandra from Russia will go home with the bronze. She hasn't had the greatest day. Her second attempt was certainly much better than the first. The extra kilos certainly helped her. Pushing the bar up was not an issue. The weight wasn't too much. Getting it to her chest. And they've loosened the shirt a little. Have they loosened it too much? She gets it to the top. What do the referees say? Unfortunately, 2 red lights. That'll be a no lift. So Alexandra from Russia will take home the bronze medal. Melinda Lombossi now with 172.5. Decided to pass on her second attempt. We had some technical issues. She already had the silver medal locked away. All right, here comes 172.5 for Melinda Bossi. They've called bar loaded. It looks like she's going to let this one roll down as well. The 167 has her in the silver anyway. Doesn't need the extra lifts. Maybe carrying a little bit of injury, maybe over fatigued from such a big week. There's a number of reasons lifters opt to do this. Could have another competition, maybe competing in Sweden in a week's time, trying to conserve some energy. And she's left her numbers in there to make sure all the lifters have that minute's rest. And that clock times down, so we'll load 2:15 on the bar for Brenda van der Meulen from the Netherlands. And I think I'm getting the impression from the coach over on the side there that Brenda won't be taking her last lift either. We'll wait and see once we call bar loaded. Quite often these guys have got a very busy schedule for competitions. We've got Sweden in a week's time for the World Classic Open Championships. Some of these athletes will be competing there as well. And she scratched that last lift, which is a bit of an unfortunate way to finish the session, but she takes home the gold medal. Lombossi with the silver, and Alexander from Russia manages to sneak in there and steal the bronze medal. So an interesting way to finish in a turn of events. We'll be right back with the medal ceremony, and there's plenty more action this afternoon.